first, we have some news to talk about with Dr. Lauren Streicher. Did you know October is Menopause Awareness Month, Larry?
Oh, I've been celebrating all month long.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yes.
He is so excited.
Yeah.
So
You know, I mean, for me, it's kind of crazy because every month is Menopause Awareness Month.
it sure is.
It sure
It's like your
is.
Super Bowl every month. No,
Yeah.
so tell people there are some new things that people should know about those. So there are some new at-home menopause tests.
Yes, so
Okay.
there is a new at-home menopause test, which was just released in honor of Menopause Month. And, you know, I mean, we've had our home pregnancy test and our ovulation predictor test. Now we have this new DIY thing to do at home. And the real question is are they accurate and are they useful? Well, as far as accuracy, they are accurate. They measure the amount of FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone, in the urine. And we know that in menopause, that FSH level goes up. And it is able to accurately tell at what level that is. But the real question is it useful? Is it going to matter? And the answer is no. In
Right,
most
'cause
cases,
you know it's symptoms you don't need.
yeah, I
What
mean,
difference
okay,
does it
so as
make,
an
right?
example, about a week ago, this woman comes up to me and says, I'm 56 years old, I haven't had my period in 5 years, I'm having a lot of hot flashes, I'm gonna get myself one of those new tests. And I said, save yourself $30. I'm telling you, you're post-menopause, you don't need that test. But the group that's gonna buy it most often are the group that they're not sure, that whole perimenopause thing. But the problem is the nature of perimenopause is those FSH levels, they are all over the place. It's a roller coaster, they're up, they're down. So these tests, they give you 5 of them, say, well, do it 5 times over 10 days, but you might have 1 month where your levels are really low. You're gonna think, oh, I'm not in perimenopause, and then the next month they're high. So save your money. There's very, very few circumstances that it's really gonna be helpful.
All right, and a way to lower breast cancer risk.
So this is interesting. We've known for some time that estrogen decreases the risk of breast cancer when you take postmenopause estrogen therapy. But it's the synthetic progesterone that's given along with it to protect the lining of the uterus that seems to slightly increase the risk. So there's been a real push to find a progesterone alternative. So there's a medication called basodoxifin that was FDA approved a few years ago with the idea that basodoxifin is a SERM, meaning that it blocks estrogen receptors in the uterine lining and in the breast. So this was going to be the alternative. And the brand name is Duave. So a study came out just recently. It was a huge study. We're talking 45,000 postmenopause women that were either given standard hormone therapy with estrogen and progesterone or this one with basodoxifin. And the basodoxifin group had a much, much lower rate of breast cancer than even the standard group. So not only does it not protect against breast cancer, but it actually lowers the risk. But in spite of that, we're only looking at like 4 to 5% of women who are using hormone therapy who would benefit because they're still operating under this crazy myth that it's going to increase their risk of breast cancer.
Okay, how about the number of women using cannabis and how that affects
Well, that's what they're using. So
Okay.
that's the thing is all these women who are saying, I'm not going to take hormone therapy because that's going to cause cancer, it's dangerous, it's going to, you know, bad things are going to happen. They're turning to cannabis. And yet another study just came out showing that 10 to 20% of women who are in this perimenopause, early postmenopause group are using cannabis. And the number one symptoms that they're treating are pain, stress, anxiety, sleep, which is interesting because I have my own study that I'm about to get published. And when I looked at what is the most common thing people are treating, it's sleep by a lot, and then a lot of sexual stuff too. But the point is everyone thinks that cannabis is just fine. And the truth is that we don't have a lot of data, and especially if someone is smoking or vaping, it can really trash the lungs. So you need to be careful with that.
All right, menopause retreats.
Menopause retreats are big. The New York Times did an article last month that they interviewed me to talk about going away to these beautiful spas and resorts and getting help with your menopause symptoms. The problem is that the overwhelming majority of these retreats are doing stupid stuff. You know, it's like gravity boots and let's get in a friendship circle and a fire circle and let's, you know, I mean, it's insane. It's insane. So I was pretty harsh and in the article I said, you know, a smoothie's not going to help your vaginal dryness. And this is like ridiculous.
You should make T-shirts with that.
You know, I think, well.
Copyright.
You get a cut of that, Larry, for sure. But anyways, I decided I'm going to start my own menopause retreats and have real information. I've got like the world's top experts, so I'm launching that, which is great fun. There's information on my website, drstryker.com, and we're going to do some that are kind of fabulous resorts, and then we'll do some like less expensive in-city kind of, But yeah, Larry, I think you should be there and selling those T-shirts.
Larry has a table set up.
Yeah.
I want to picture that. Check out Dr. Stryker on social media. Thanks so much for being here.
Time for Around Town.
Hey, Anna.
You know what